Hello and welcome to HomeWorks. Now guess what I found recently? Yeah, it's a rag. Do you have one like this? This is John's rag, but don't tell him. Don't tell him I pinched one of his, okay? Right, okay. Now, what can you do with a rag? Yeah, you can wear it in your head. Or it can be a mat, can't it? Or you could use it to clean up a mess. Oh boy, that is quite a mess, right? Now, you know what I realized? This is quite visible, isn't it? It's in my hand. But what about those things you carry around that's not so visible? For example, worry. Yeah, come on, what are you worried about? Or exams, bills, your illness, or somebody doing something wrong? Yeah, you're right. I can see why those things will make you worried. But do you know, God tells us, don't be anxious about anything. But you know what? I know that sometimes you're going to worry. Things are going to concern you. But do you know what? There's nothing wrong with worrying a little bit. Because when you're worried, it means that you can take steps to sort out things, can't you? If you're an athlete, it means you train harder. If you're worried about an exam, it means you study smarter. So being worried, I could see why that happens sometimes. But I quite like the idea of not being anxious. Do not let the worry consume you. That's what being anxious is all about. Because when you're anxious, it tends to make you paralyzed. You can't do anything. You can't move. You don't know what to do. You're so scared that no action or no ideas come into your head. Sometimes when you're too anxious, it makes you give up. You just cannot do a thing. And I think this is why God says, cast your anxiety on Him, because He cares for you. Did you ever hear the story about the man who had a massive load on his back? And then somebody stopped to give him a lift. And what did he do? He actually got into the vehicle with the load still on his back. You can't do that. That's why God says, give Him your burden. Cast your care on Him, because He cares for you. So don't be anxious. Don't carry such a heavy load. This week, I would like you to talk to God. Tell Him all your affairs. Seriously, He's a big God. He can cope. So tell Him everything that you're afraid of or that you're worried about. And ask Him to show you some possible solutions. Talk to your parents about how God can become a bigger, better part of your life, especially when you have any decisions to make this week. Okay? So, what did God say? Do not be anxious about anything. Cast your cares on Him. That's all for HomeWorks now. Have a really, really great week. Amen.